Alright, so it's been a minute since I did a video, and there's nothing to it but to do it, so roll the intro. So the list of things that have been different this year, let's see. I've got an upcoming surgery. We started doing construction in the basement to try to make some changes to the house. I'm trying to get healthier, trying to get fit. So that's the short version of, yeah. With it being summertime, there's been the travel back and forth between Grand Rapids and Detroit. I only get to see this guy some of the time, but he's been learning, responsible things like how to cut the grass and how to hang out with his cousins. And apparently sword fighting. That's useful. This one time at the cabin, he killed a stick with an arrow. So were you aiming for the stick, or is that what you hit when you missed the target?
That's what I hit when it was the target.
But you let me see this. Hold it up again. That's awesome. That's awesome. We'll put a clip of that there. Yeah. No, I have been playing my bass a little bit more, or the new bass, the P bass. That's been entertaining. I've been playing keyboard a little bit more, which I never claimed to actually play the keyboards before, but since I have this really nice one, it's been fun to mess around with it, and I've got some ideas that I'm trying to convert and make into songs. It's definitely been fun. I also picked up that MPC-1 just to get into that world of the beat making aspects of it, and it is very different from what I've been doing with Ableton and the Push, and that's kind of exciting to me because it's something that I just don't know yet. So one of the reasons that I haven't really been blogging lately is honestly, with everything going on, I've been kind of at a loss of what to say. I think there's been so much happening all at once that it's been kind of overwhelming for me. I think one of the main things that's been hitting me is the fact that I'm going to need surgery for this whole nose situation. I got the CAT scan, and effectively, and I don't know if I can even describe it, there is a polyp or fluid in your sinuses. So in your sinuses, behind all of here and behind that, there's this open cavity that's supposed to be there. And on the CT scan, it's represented, if it's empty and correct, by black. There should be nothing there. Well, mine is full on this side, the left side, and then partially obstructed on this side. And then my septum is crooked. Basically, they're going to go in, they're going to do some incisions, some moves, some veins, and effectively clean out all of the stuff that's back here and on this side, and then straighten my septum, and then kind of there's even some stuff in these upper sinuses that they had to clear out. Yeah, he makes it sound easy. He says it's going to take a couple of hours, and hopefully he's done enough of these that it is. He talks about the machines, and then he gets into the list of okay, we got to tell you about this. It rarely ever happens, almost never happens, but there's a chance, so you gotta know. If he pokes a hole in the wrong spot, then I go to blow my nose, and then air will come out of there. Doesn't really want that. Rupturing a tear duct, and then potentially, I'd always be crying. Don't want that. Oh, there's a couple of little things, because there's some other stuff that he has to maneuver around that could get damaged. He talks about if he takes off too much of the material this way, then I get really, really dry in there, and don't keep the moisture that you should have. So there's a lot going on there. And then he talks about, because you have to be out, which I'm grateful that I don't have to be conscious for whatever the hell that's going to be. Just he says, okay, so normally they do it, then you go home, and then, you come back the next day or 2 days later and they take out the packing. But because I have sleep apnea and because of my weight and these kind of things, he can't send me home immediately after with some narcotics, I guess, from the pain of this procedure, and trust that I will, sleep through the night. So I have to stay in the hospital overnight. Finally hearing all that, finally getting the answer, and then it's just like, yeah, so all of that just kind of whooshed in me at one point. The interesting thing about it is I've never had surgery. I've never been put unconscious. I've never been put under, and so that's scary and new for me. The possibility of all these things, it's that percentage. How lucky am I or unlucky? That's kind of messing with me a little bit. So now we're down to, do I want to breathe? I need to do this surgery. There's no pill that will solve this problem. Wow, because I've got a face for radio, right? But then there's also the hindrance. Because I can't breathe as well, it's harder for me to do basic activities. I'm heavy set, 2020 happened, we didn't really do anything, didn't really go anywhere. I did all of that progress I was making back then came to a halt. I started going the wrong direction. Not blaming anything or anybody. It's me. I should have figured out something, whatever. But at this point, even with this, I had the sinus infection, and then it turned into the headaches, and then I got rid of that, and then it turned into you just can't breathe. So that was all of 2020. Now we're at the point where I still can't breathe out of this side, but I've just kind of gotten used to it. I don't do multiple flights of stairs. So with all of that, I just, I decided now I need to make these changes. I have to do these things. I want to be here. There's a lot of people who depend on me. There's still music I want to make. There's still so much I want to do. So I started, changing my diet. I re-upped my gym membership so I can go to the Y. So I'm making changes. And what's interesting is as I'm making changes, I'm losing a little bit of weight. I'm trying to get more active. There's more stuff draining from my nose. So when I blow my nose, there's almost this bloody peach mucus coming out, where before it was always constantly blocked and I couldn't get anything out. I can sometimes blow that out now. So there's an improvement that I'm noticing with me doing the diet, doing the exercise as much as I can, and I'm starting to be able to breathe a little bit more. I still find myself needing to stop and take a deep breath. Anyway, so that's a big thing that's been going on. And like I said, I guess the whole I'm going in for surgery. I gotta do this pre-op visit. Then we got the surgery. Then there's a post-op, and all of these things that are coming up. And hopefully that I can breathe, and then I can do all the other things. I need things to get done. I need to be able to breathe, so I can get back to doing my normal lifestyle, sticking to my diet, riding my bike, going to the gym, that kind of stuff. I mean, even without the cuts in this, it's sometimes hard for me to keep a straight sentence going without stopping your breath. And then what's hard is I'm a mouth breather now because I actually cannot breathe through my nose. Yeah, so there hasn't been a video in a while. That's why. I know my audience is small, so I let you guys know what's going on with me. I mean, there's a lot of medical things happening in my family in general. So different members of my extended family are having different procedures and different things, and I'm not going to bring that up and put their business out there. We'll just talk about mine, but I'm not the only one. And so, prayers for health. that's always appreciated. We're doing the best we can. We're figuring it out, taking it day by day. And that's what that is. I think I'm going to ramp up doing some videos and kind of get that going again, because that is a stress reliever for me, and this has been a stressful time. And there we are. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put an ending here because that's a cool thing to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, doing all the YouTube things. I do appreciate you. I do love you all. I'll see you in the next one. And hopefully I'll still look like this, or I'll, be familiar. I don't know what my face is going to do when they do that surgery. I don't know if I'm going to come back, if my nose is going to be smaller, or if it's going to be bigger, or if my face is going to be smaller. I don't know. We'll find out. See you in the next one.